Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Envy, and today we're going to take a look at Nokia's new entertainment smartphone, the 16GB X6. This is a follow-up or successor to the real popular Nokia 5800 Express Music. They've done some nice upgrades on this phone. We're going to talk about all of those, as well as if you want the full specs on this phone or video reviews of other smartphones, stop by smartphoneenvy.com. All right, let's take a closer look at Nokia's entertainment smartphone, the 16GB X6. Okay, so here's our Nokia 16GB X6. It's a quad-band GSM phone, tri-band 3G. North American version will run on AT&T's 3G network. The phone weighs 122 grams. One of the big differences between the X6 and the 5800 is the build quality. Build quality on the X6 is outstanding, primarily metal with very high-grade plastic, has a scratch-resistant glass surface. If you take a look around the phone, on the bottom of the phone is the microphone. On the left-hand side is a SIM card cover along with two stereo speakers. On the top is a micro USB port for syncing and transferring data, 3.5mm headphone jack, charging port, as well as the on and off switch. On the right hand side is your volume rocker up and down, lock and unlock key, dedicated camera key. Holding down the dedicated camera key will launch the camera application. On the back of the phone is a 5-megapixel camera with Carl Zeiss optics. It's autofocus, dual LED flash, as well as geotagging. It also shoots VGA video at 30 frames per second. Underneath the battery cover is a 1320 milliamp battery. On the front of the phone in the upper right hand corner you have a video camera for video phone calls. The screen is a 3.2-inch TFT capacitive touchscreen, 360 by 640 pixels, has a proximity sensor as well as an accelerometer sensor. Down at the bottom of the phone you have three keys, your end key, your menu key, and your call key. The phone has 128 megabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage, has Wi-Fi B and G, Bluetooth version 2 with A2DP. It runs on the Symbian operating system version 9.4 Series 60 Release 5 and has an ARM 434 megahertz processor. Let's take a quick look at the user interface. There are some interesting shortcuts here on the home screen of the phone. There's an entertainment shortcut up here on the upper right. Get a drop-down menu, easy access to your music, your gallery, your shared programs, your video, as well as the internet. There's also a connectivity shortcut that will open up the application for your wireless LAN, Bluetooth, and USB. Also, by touching on the date, gives you a shortcut to open a calendar or change your current profile. Touching on the clock will open up the clock application, allowing you to set a new alarm or work with the world clocks. Below that, you can set up icons for your contacts. And opening one of those up, it'll allow you to make a direct phone call to that contact, send an SMS, MMS, audible, or email message. Also set up an RSS feed, and it also keeps track of your recent activity with that contact. Below that, this allows you to set up your email accounts and view how many emails you might have opened or unopened, as well as your latest emails. Below that, it will show your music application. Let me do that real quick so you can see it. And there you go. Below that, you have 4 more icons that you can set up for shortcuts to applications, along with 2 other application shortcuts you can set up at the bottom of the screen. One thing I do want you to listen to, again, as far as the music applications, the speakers on this phone, because they really are amazing. They are without a doubt the best speakers I've heard on a cell phone. Something else, if it's going to be an entertainment phone, it better do well with video. So let's take a quick look at some video. And you can see with the resolution of the screen and the sound of the speakers that it works very well in looking at video. Now this phone also multitasks. Simply holding down the menu key will bring up the current programs that are running. To transfer one of those programs, simply touch on it and it will take you immediately to that program. Hold it down again, touch on the home key, and it'll take you back to the home. Phone, as far as scrolling is concerned, with this capacitive touchscreen versus the resistive touchscreen they've had before, it's a pleasure to use. To a certain extent, it's confusing in that it doesn't necessarily work the same way an iPhone does depending on the application. In working with the internet, it definitely does. But again, when we go back to the main menu, it definitely doesn't. So it can be a bit confusing, but it works very well nonetheless. Anyway, there's a quick look at the Nokia 16GB X6. Hope this has been helpful, and take care.